All right. Looks like we're live. What's up, everybody? It's Scott with Kingdom Gold, and we're going to have a little fun tonight. We're going to go through an exercise that it's a little bit common sense, but my friend Ryan Hutchinson really broke it down for me and kind of made it tangible in this particular way. So we're going to go through that tonight, and we're going to start off with, this is Mindset Monday, right? So what do you want your life to look like? And a lot of times what we think is we have to, build and build and build and build and build, and then kind of whatever our life looks like at the time that we stop building, then that's what whatever we get. But it makes a lot more sense to figure out what you want your life to look like, and then you can set real tangible goals. I have a cough coming. It's coming. I just let you know that for excuse me. And then you can set real tangible goals to achieve that life that you want. So for example, what type of house do you want to live in? Okay. Let's just say you want a $2 million mansion with a tennis court. Okay. So you want a $2 million mansion with a tennis court. Okay. So what is it going to take for you to achieve that goal? Well, that means you're going to need, let's see, 20%. What's that? 400,000. So you're going to need 400,000 in cash that you can just give to the bank, right? And then you're going to need, let's just say for the sake of argument, do a little quick math that your note on a 30-year mortgage would be about 20 grand a month. Let's just say 20 grand a month, okay? So now you know that your income stream has to be at least 20 grand a month, right? And then, tennis lessons, okay? So you know that you're going to need an extra $200 a month for tennis lessons. So now that you have some sort of a tangible, real way of quantifying what you want out of life, then you know some steps that you need to take and some goals that you need to achieve to get there, okay? So now, let's explore that a little bit more. So you need $400,000 in the bank to be able to put down a down payment on your $2 million property, right? So what are you doing? What are you doing to get that $400,000? What are you doing? Are you saving? Are you actively growing that money? Are you developing your income streams to be able to, build that 400,000 more quickly? You can, and this is where it gets kind of cool, because then it's just math at that point, because you can project, like if you're making this much and this much is savable, you can project that at this rate, that's when you'll get your $400,000. Or you can say, if I double this amount or I triple this amount or quadruple this amount, then I'll get there 4 times faster. So then you can say, okay, if it takes me, let's just say 20 years to get $400,000 at the rate that I'm at, if I quadruple that number and if I quadruple that rate and I get some more income streams coming in, well, then it's only going to take me 5 years. And you start thinking, wow, this is really doable. What can I do to start making more money? What can I do to start developing those income streams? And then you can keep taking these little by little steps to get you to your final goal. So, it doesn't have to be this, this one big chunk finalized idea. But if you can start with the final picture in mind, okay, you start here, and then you take a step back and say, okay, what is it going to take for me to have that $2 million house? Well, I need $400,000 in cash for the deposit. Is it deposit? Down payment, sorry. 400,000 cash for the down payment, and then 20 grand a month for the note. Okay. How do I get those? How do I get those two things? Well, $400,000, that's the exercise we just went. So, $1,000 a month over 400 months, or, quadruple your quadruple your savings at that point, so maybe 4,000 for that amount of time, and you can cut that in half or in a quarter, things like that. So you can really get an idea of time wise, right? Time wise, how long it's going to take to reach your goal, and you can see what you can do to supplement that time with more income streams. Maybe you can figure out a way to grow it, invest in something, sell something, things like that. Okay. And then 20 grand a month. Okay. So how do you make 20 grand a month and still be able to, like, eat and drive your car and stuff, right? So then you could say, okay, so somehow I need to make 20 grand a month plus, let's just say, an extra, I don't know, 5 grand for living expenses. So now that's 25 grand a month. And then still be able to put money aside for the 400,000. So, well, I can do this job, I can have this income stream, I can start this business, and then you can start just doing the math to see how it's going to see what you have to do to get to that final point of your $2 million mansion. So think about it, okay? What do you really want out of life? What is something that would be really cool? What is a goal for you that I talk about 10X rule all the time, right? So what is a goal that will stretch you? Okay, what is a goal that seems unattainable that's going to make your brain and your body work? Okay, so maybe you're like, Scott, I'm gonna start that business, or Scott, I'm gonna get that second job, or I'm gonna ask for that promotion, or I'm gonna do something. Okay, just whatever that something is. Then you start doing that. You start kind of recalibrating. Excuse me. You reevaluate where you're at once you start going. You're like, I got this job, got this second job, I got this business going. I'm going to try something else. And then you start that again, right? And then you can take all the combined efforts from all the things that you're doing and reevaluate it towards that final goal. And that's where the cool stuff really comes in, because it starts getting tangible. So what is it that you want? Do you want, a spouse and kids? What is it going to take for you to get that spouse and kids? You're going to have stable job or stable income stream. You're going to have to be a good person, right? So you don't anger your spouse and have friction and all that good jazz. So what is it going to take for you to have that? Are you going to have college funds available for your kids? Are you going to need child care at some point? Are you going to need to, whatever that is, start putting these pieces of the final puzzle together. And then when you do that, you can say, oh, okay, this is what I want my puzzle to look like now. What are some goals that I can set that helps me get towards each piece of the puzzle? So maybe, going back to my first example, maybe you start making 25 grand a month. Awesome. Well, you still have your $400,000 piece, right? So now, how does that monthly income that you're making translate to the $400,000 goal? And then you can kind of work those two together. But it's really important to figure out what you want and what the end result looks like for you. So what are some questions you can ask yourself? Okay, what makes me happy? What do I think makes me happy? How much is it reasonably going to cost to achieve that? Do I want to bring anyone else with me? Kind of going back to the spouse and family example. Do I want to travel? Do I want a big house or a small house? Do I want a hunting camp? Do I want, a big field for four-wheel riding? The sky's the limit as far as what you can ask yourself. But I find the problem that a lot of people have is that they really have no vision for their life. They don't know what they want. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what they want to do day to day. They have no direction in life, and they have no final picture. So it's really hard for them to put the pieces together. It's very much like a jigsaw puzzle at this point. if you don't have like the box in front of you to show you where the pieces are supposed to go, it is so much harder to do that puzzle. But if you have that picture in front of you, okay, and you can say, oh, well, this piece should go here and this piece should go here. Well, then you can rearrange the puzzle pieces like you need to, and then boom, there's your final puzzle. Okay, so that's why I like doing this kind of exercise, because it makes you reevaluate. What do you want out of life? What do you expect? How can you set tangible goals to reach those things? What are actual costs and numbers that you have to achieve to make those things an actual reality? Um, it just really brings home this big theoretical world, right? It really brings it down to, what can I actually do to go get the things I want out of life? So, Mindset Monday, we're going to wrap this up. Okay, Mindset Monday. Think about what you want out of your life. Think about how you want things to go, what you want the final result of your life to be, at least up to that point, right? Because you can always change this later. But figure out what that is, and then work your way backwards to figure out some tangible, real steps that you can make to get to each goal and to achieve that final puzzle piece, or that final puzzle that you're putting the pieces together. And if you start doing this consistently, and you start really putting pen to paper and getting real specific, then you can have a really clear roadmap of what you need to do to go achieve those goals. Okay. So don't just be flipping in life. Don't think, oh, it'd be great to have something, and then, just forget about it later. Put pen to paper, actually write it down. Think about what you want, and then put those tangible goals to it. You'll start to see results. So anyway, I don't know how long I've been going, but we will close it out. So talk to you guys later.